I think it was Dr. Spock that said, "Live long and pastor." Is that right? Coming up next on Pastor Bob Daily. Well, I'm a Trekkie. I have to admit it. I love Star Trek. I have it memorized. I've watched it all many times. And every time I watch it, I love it just as much. And, I've done several things as a Trekkie that we could talk about, but we won't. But I really love it. And I like Dr. Spock. I like the fact that he's logical, that he's calculated, and that he seems to kind of always have the truth. No nonsense. But somebody gave me a picture of Dr. Spock, and at the bottom of it, it says, "Live long and pastor." And I like that. But I wanted to take that thought today and expound on it just a little bit. I've been a pastor now for over 40 years. It's been a great time. I wouldn't trade it for anything. And I realize that it's also difficult. My dad told me many years ago that if I could do anything besides being a pastor, I should run to it. Because being a pastor is the most difficult thing I would do. And I would give the same advice today. If you can do anything besides being a pastor, run to it. But if God's called you to be a pastor, and that's what he wants you to do, embrace it, live with it, and use him as your strength and as your source. But after all of these 40 plus years, I realize that there's one thing that I'm responsible for. It's not just getting in front of people and speaking. It isn't just organizing a bunch of stuff. It's not just taking care of the physical needs of a church building or a church building at all. It's about pastoring people. And pastoring meaning serving them, looking out for their spiritual needs and encouraging them. And the greatest role that a pastor has these days is to encourage people, to believe in them, helping them to believe in themselves, and watching them go from there and becoming the kind of spiritual men and women that we're meant to be. So for all of you that are called to be a pastor, live long and pastor. God bless you. Have a great day.